schools today have a heritage as rich as Trinity High School. The history of Trinity can be traced back as late as the 1850s, when Joseph McKnight built Spring Hill, an Italian villa-style private residence on the current high school property. In 1867, William W. Smith purchased Spring Hill and later established it as the Trinity Hall Military Academy, an Episcopal boys' school. It was the best-equipped military school in the United States, with 34 students enrolling for the first term in 1881. Ulysses S. Grant himself had once spent a night in the current boardroom while visiting family who owned the residence. 4 bricks from General Grant's first vault in New York support a marble plaque over the vestibule of Trinity Hall. The plaque commemorates the historic achievements of the hall. Jack McIlvaine, the great-great-great-grandson of William W. Smith, shares his family version of the story.
Trinity, the house, was, the original house was first owned by a doctor, and my great-great-great-grandfather, William Renshaw Smith, came to it with his wife Emma Smith, who was related to Ulysses S. Grant, and bought the house, and they went on and lived in it for a while, had 2 sons, and Emma Smith was very prone to illness. A great-great-great-grandfather, William Renshaw Smith, came to it with his wife Emma Smith, who was related to Ulysses S. Grant, and bought the house, and they went on and lived in it for a while, had 2 sons, and Emma Smith was very prone to illness, and she would oftentimes go down to the White House when Grant was in office and spend her time down at the White House because she felt as if she could weather out the winter better down there than up here in Washington. But she eventually went on and died at a young age, and William Renshaw Smith was very concerned about his 2 sons' education. So he took some of his money and turned the original house into an academy. I also think it's great that the building has been preserved and is still in its original state as when the Smith family stayed there, and I think Trinity has done a great job of that, and I'm very proud when I see that building. I take tremendous pride in the fact that I go to school here and that this is still a standing school. I love the fact that I get my education in the place where my ancestors got their same education, and that my family can be a part of local history.
The renowned landscaper / gardener R.N. Copland from Boston designed the prestigious lawns of the property. The lawns were surrounded by elegant flower beds, fruit, and shade trees. A small stream also meandered through the grounds alongside a beautiful vast meadow. Financial failure caused the military academy to close its doors 3 years later when William W. Smith died in 1904. The property remained idle until the 1920s, except for a brief period from April 1, 1913 to April 1, 1916, when the company used the gym building as an armory. It was not until 1924 that Trinity Hall Military Academy again became an educational institution. Prior to this, North Franklin and South Strabane townships had joined to establish a high school. When Amwell and Canton townships entered this jointure, the 4 township boards purchased Trinity Hall from William W. Smith's sons for $100,000, of which $40,000 was returned to the township board. The new joint high school was dedicated April 27, 1926. Various additions have been made to the building since the days of Trinity Hall. During the summer of 1963, an old gym was torn down and a new building was constructed on the site of the orchard. The house originally used as the principal's residence was also demolished for a parking lot. The school has undergone several structural changes in 1935, 1950, 1964, and 2005, but Old Main has been the anchoring point of the school. Old Main has been a stronghold of the past, but still has kept pace with the community and the school. Trinity Hall has been a keystone in American history, local history, and our school history.
The part of the building behind me now has been around since I can remember, since when my mother was part of the class of 1936. Now, of course, at that time it had an additional part to the back that she remembers as having classes in, and my other brothers that had classes there. For me, it was always something that symbolized the school. The tower was something that you didn't see in other schools. It gave a certain significance, a historical tradition to Trinity that the newer prefab kind of buildings just didn't seem to carry.
In the 1990s, a movement to demolish Old Main began by a committee who believed that starting over with a new building was better than preserving the historic site where we still reside. This caused an uproar in the community because they were afraid the spirit of the town and district would be lost if the location was moved from one of the best views in the area. Due to the great work of the superintendent at the time, Douglas Massiola, the building on the property were able to be saved from the fate of the previous buildings on the property lot. This great preservation kept on most of the historic and architecturally significant buildings in our area for greater generations like ourselves to learn from and enjoy.